Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HaLacha. And here's a brand new halacha for units for Monday, July 8th, 5th day of Tamuz. Here we go. Continuing on in our unit about coloring things on Shabbos, whether you're allowed to or not, in different situations. Now, whenever you're working with food and your food is becoming colored by some kind of coloring situation, there's actually a machlokes, an argument amongst the rabbis as to whether that can be considered a problem of coloring or not. Most of them say that it's no problem, since the coloring that happens, like let's say when you put ketchup onto your chicken or whatever, it's not important to you. You just want the ketchup flavor. The color's not that important. And therefore, most of the poskim say go ahead and put your ketchup on your food, and it's not going to be a problem. But if you're adding color, specifically for coloring's sake, like you have a red dye and you're putting it in your food to make it turn red, yeah, that would be, a lot of rabbis would discourage you doing that on Shabbos. If you want to just dip your cake into, let's say, orange juice, if you would do that, and now your cake would turn a little bit orange, that's not a problem. You're just dipping it to get the orange juice flavor into your cake, or the lemonade flavor into your cake, and the color that the cake changes into is not the intention, and it's not really what you're looking for, and it's no problem, say most of the rabbis. But if you're using food coloring on purpose to color a food, yeah, most rabbis are going to call that a problem. Now, when you're making coffee, if you have hot water, just hot water, and we won't get into the questions of bishul and cooking, which is a whole nother discussion. Just say real quickly what you would want to do. You would want to have that water in a kli shlishi, go vessel to vessel to vessel, so it's not so or klisheni or whatever. That's for another discussion. I'm just saying that water shouldn't be so hot that it's going to cook the coffee. Okay. But let's say you took care of that issue, which could be discussed on a different day. You took care of the problem of the water cooking the coffee because you put it in a container after a container and it's not so hot anymore, halachically. But now when you put the coffee crystals into the water, it's going to color the water. Is that a problem? So there are some rabbis who say that it's better to put the coffee crystals into the cup and then the water on top of it after you took care of your Clicini problem and had it be not so hot. But once you took care of that problem, it's better for the coffee to be in the bottom of the cup first and then the water go onto it, so you didn't color the water. The water landed on the coffee, and that's less of a problem. If you put milk into black coffee and the black coffee now becomes lighter, the rabbis say that that's not considered a problem of coloring your food. If you want to put flavored sugar or syrup into water to give it some sweetness, that's totally fine. And lastly, in Israel, you may be familiar with petel. That's where they take some delicious syrup and put it in water to have the water have a nice sweet taste. So if you're going to do that on Shabbos, there are some rabbis who say best if you put that petel into the bottom of your cup first and then add the water. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.